Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Kingly Way. My name is King, and today I want to talk about my online teaching job that I work for, and the company is called Vipkid. So I would like to talk about the 3 negative things about Vipkid and the 3 positive things about Vipkid. And on top of that, I am going to do a Jack in the Box mukbang here. So I am going to be eating some Jack in the Box food while I talk about my company, Vipkid. But since I am now on my 7th 6-month contract, they sent me a hoodie. Oh, it is so cool. And look, it has the Vipkid symbol and the sign. And then behind, there's a picture of our mascot, Dino. So that is Dino, yeah. So it's pretty cool. Of course, I don't really need this hoodie now because it's getting warmer. But I could have used this hoodie when it was much colder because they told me that they were sending me this hoodie. And it took them 6 months to get it to me. So I could have really used it when I was freezing. Now I'm not really freezing as that bad as I am. But before I start talking about those 3 points of the negative and the positive of my company, let me tell you what I got. Of course, I got a combo. And of course, I got the Jack in the Box fries. Okay, but the combo that I ordered is a sourdough jack. So let me show you what it looks like. Ooh, see, here's my sourdough jack. Yeah, it's pretty good. I always like sourdough. And I always have to get their 2 tacos. It used to be 2 tacos for 99 cents. Now it's 2 tacos for $1.29. And of course I got my super large iced tea. And what I've asked for, they had some buttermilk ranch because I like ranch with my burgers. So without further ado, the first thing I'm going to start biting into is my sourdough jack. But before I like to bite into it, I must use my buttermilk house straws, aka ranch. They even say it. Look, it says aka ranch. Ooh, Jack in the Box. Now I know, because for those who follow me, there is no Jack in the Box in South Korea. I wish there was. I'd be so happy as heck. But there isn't. So that's why I went to Jack in the Box. So I can at least tell you what Jack in the Box looks like. So here we go. Let me put my ranch. Ooh, the ranch doesn't even want to come out. Yeah, I'm kind of weird that way. I like my ranch on the sourdough jack. And let me take a bite of it. Mmm. Oh, good. So, yeah. Ooh, yes, I haven't had a sourdough jack in a while. So it's pretty good. Now, I'm going to start point number 1, the negative part of my company, Vipkid. The number 1 thing that I hate is that cancellation policy. So the contract is 6 months, but I'm only allowed to cancel 6 times within that 6 months. So if I cancel more than 6 times, possibly 7, I could possibly be terminated. So that's part of the contract. That's the part I don't like about Vipkid. I wish they would allow us to, cancel 24 hours in advance and not charge us that cancellation. I kind of would mind if that was implemented. So that is the problem I have with VIP Kids. So for example, if I have 6 25-minute lessons scheduled from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. So if I cancel all 6 classes, that will count as 2 cancellations. So that means I'm down to 4 for my 6-month contract. So imagine if I had to cancel in the first month. Well, I got to make sure I conserve those 4 cancellations till the end of the 6-month contract. So that's the one negative that I don't like about VIP Kids. So I make sure that I can do the job and make sure my internet is on par. So that's one thing that I don't like about my company, VIP Kids. So hopefully one day we can kind of do things a little bit more not abrasive in that situation. And then of course they've gotten much better because they have a thing called soft and medium cancellations if you have a doctor's note, but sometimes that's even pulling teeth. Like here's my doctor's note. Upload, scan, and they're like, sometimes they won't accept it. So that's one of the drawbacks. So yeah. Okay, well, the next thing I'm gonna bite into is one of those tacos. The Jack in the Box tacos. Oh yes. Yes. It's already, I didn't even ask for hot sauce because there's already sauce in it. So it's like a little beef taco with lettuce. Oh yeah. I always have to get those tacos. I always love eating Jack in the Crack tacos. Yummy. Oh yeah. Now, I didn't ask for any ketchup condiment because I have a big, plastic bottle of ketchup. So I'll just pour it in here. Now what I do when I'm in Korea is, since I have to beg and plead for ketchup packets, I just try to have one of these at home with me. So I don't have to beg and plead for more packets. Because Korea's a little cheap that way, where most of those business try to save on little petty stuff. Where in America, I can ask as many packets as I want. So yeah. So I always have one. So I'm going to dip some fries in here. Not too bad. I still love my In-N-Out fries better because they're fresh. So, yep, here's some fries. Really tastes good. And I got the nice large combo fries. Yeah, look how much fries I got. Lots of French fries. So, pretty good. Oh, quite tasty. So yeah, I love it. And then I'm gonna take another bite into my sourdough. Oh, don't make me have to squeeze out the ranch. Yeah, I love my ranch. On to my sourdough burger. Oh yeah. Pretty good. Quite tasty. Alright. Now, I want to talk about point number 2 that I don't like about VIP Kid. Like when I first started back in 2016 April, my second contract, they gave me a raise, and ever since then they didn't give me that 50 cents raise every time, and I'm on my 7th contract. Problem is, the past few years I have not been able to do that many classes. So they want you to do like 700 classes with no cancellations, no teacher no show, or something like that. So you get your raise. So now you have to pull teeth to get your 50 cents raise. So that's the annoying part about my company. They're not giving out raises as often. You know, you have to really put in those classes. You know, in a 6-month period, trying to do 600 to 700 classes, you know, it's a huge task. You got to kind of make this almost your full-time job, even if this is a part-time job. And some of us, you know, do work like 150 classes a month, you know. So it's a pretty good pay. But just to that extra 50 cents per class goes a long way. So that's the part I'm not liking. Like, yeah, you have to pull teeth to get a raise. And of course, for me, I haven't been able to get a raise because I just can't do that many classes, you know. Sometimes I have other jobs, you know, or I work other companies. So that's, you know, the situation I'm, because I kind of work for 3 companies. And then I do other odd jobs. So I never have the time to sit at home. Like, for example, there's a teacher that live in the Philippines, and he does like almost 13 hours. Out of the 13 hours, he does like 12 hours a day, and he made like $75,000. You know, this was like back in 16 or 17. One of our teachers, male teachers living in the Philippines. So yeah, it gets a little harsh to try to beg for that 50 cent raise unless you do that many classes. And there's some teachers that do that many classes, but there's a lot of them, and we have a lot of different things going on. So that's one of the things I didn't like the raise policy. I think after a few contracts, I should get that extra 50 cents raise at least. I'm putting in the time and I'm showing up still. So we'll see what happens. So there's things I could, you know, ask for. I'll give them my opinion, like, hey, how about we try this? So that's one of the things. The race policy kind of sucks. All right, well, let me finish up some more tacos. So here's my other. I'm going to try to finish this up here. Pretty good. Yeah. Ooh, I'm really enjoying some Jack in the Box. Ooh, that's a long French fry there. Yummy. Oh, that was a fail. That was an epic fail. Can't even eat correctly. Try to kill these fries. Yep. Oh yeah. And here we go. Pretty good. Tastes really good. Oh yeah. All right, so to finish out the negative part, it could be a negative or this could still be a positive. But now, if you're on the West Coast trying to teach, this is the time zone for their peak hours. Without daylight savings, it's 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Usually those are the times you will get booked because that is the highest demand of lessons. And if you're in the times I'm in Los Angeles, it sucks waking up at 3:30 or 2:30 in the morning to work from 4 to 6 or 3 to 6. And when daylight savings doesn't exist, where we put the clocks behind, the peak hours turn into 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Because the negative is because all the teachers have to be from the United States or Canada. Yeah, and if you're on that West Coast time zone, it sucks. So that's why I am happy to live in Asia or 3/4 of the time. When I do this in Korea, the peak hours is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I can go do another job during the day in Korea and then go do VIP Kid at home at night. Or for, teachers that are like working in public school, like if you're an EPIC teacher, and EPIC stands for English Program in Korea, their hours is 8:30 to 4:30 during the day. And then if they're trying to pay off student loans, they can go home and do VIP Kid for a couple hours from 8 to 10 at night or 7 to 10, depending on how motivated that teacher is. So yeah, but if you're in the US time zone, yeah, the time zone sucks. I wish I was on the East Coast, because at least I can bear doing 7 a.m. to 9 or 10 a.m., or 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. East Coast is a much better time zone, because you can still kind of get enough sleep, go to bed at midnight, and of course here I have to go to bed like at 10 or 9 to make sure I wake up at 3:30 or 3, depending on when I teach. So it kind of sucks on that part. So that's probably the negative, and that's the negative for almost every Chinese company that you teach English for. So this is a con overall. So if you're not that morning person, it's going to be really hard. So forget about going out at night, or make sure if you're going to go out at night, don't teach in the morning. So those are the negatives about my company, VIP Kid. But now, before I talk about the 3 positives, I need to eat some more food. Yeah. So some of you just care about my Jack in the Box more than what I'm doing. So I'm going to eat some more fries. Yeah. So it's going to be so good. Yummy. I'm going to eat another taco. I love these Jack in the Box tacos, especially late night. You have the craving. So good. Really. I'm enjoying this Jack in the Crack. Jack in the Crack. Alright. Put more ranch on my burger here. My sourdough Jack. Yep. Oh yes, sourdough Jack. Oh, I got a good amount of it left here. Okay. I know some of you are like, oh, that's so much fattening and ranch. I just love ranch. I don't even eat this too often. Mostly I eat vegetables and rice and So here I'm gonna take a bite out of my sourdough again. All right, now here's the positive parts about the company I work for, VIP Kid. So the first point is no minimums. And what do I mean, no minimums? Back when I first started with VIP Kid in 2016, we were forced to do a minimum of 7.5 hours. That means 15 lessons, 15 25-minute lessons. So yeah, now there's no minimum. So if I decide not to open my slots for 2 weeks, I don't have to work for 2 weeks. I don't have to beg them and say, can I go on vacation? Because the cool thing is, we have 60,000 teachers in this company. So there's plenty of teachers around and plenty of students. So there is no minimums. Now, if the other companies make you do 10 hours a week, it sucks. And most of the time, some months I just always cancel in advance, which their cancellation policy over 24 hours, no penalties. So at times I'll be like, hey, can't do it. I'm on a business trip. Can't work. So that's one of the things. VIP kid, you don't have to do minimums. So you can work when you want. So if I want to go take 2 weeks off, and then I'll just open my slots 2 weeks later, no problem. I usually get rebooked or booked all the way through, because most of the times I've been around, I have followers in this business, so I get booked. So I do stay very busy. So, and of course they talk about this rumor, like, because out of 60,000 teachers, I'm thinking the male teachers are maybe a third, I think. I don't know the numbers. So out of 60,000, 20,000 of us are male, 40,000 are female. And then the demand is actually male teachers. But even when I started, it wasn't easy. For 2 months, I only made a couple $100. But that's because I didn't even open the time slots, because I was working so many jobs when I was in South Korea. Because I discovered this company when I was in South Korea. So ever since I discovered it, I just pretty much just work online most of the time. And I'm on a permanent resident visa in South Korea. So that's my hub, my Asian home hub. So I always go to South Korea when I go to the US. South Korea is always my first stop and my last stop till I go to America. So from South Korea, I go all over Asia. So that's the cool thing about VIP kid. There's no minimum. So at times, if I'm traveling, because when you travel from the United States to Asia, you're going to lose a day. It's going to be the next day, because the time separation is about 16 to 17 hours. So they're ahead in Asia. So that's the pros that I like about, not being forced to do 7.5 hours. I could do it whenever I want. And by them not forcing me to do it, most of the times now I just open up slots, because there's months I'm motivated, I'll go to work. I still enjoy this, have fun doing this. As long as it's fun, I'll keep doing it. The minute I'm bored with this thing, I'll quit. So, so there's no minimum. So that's a great thing about VIP Kid, where other Chinese companies make you say, you need to give us 10 hours. You must give us this many hours. And then it's like, we're independent contractors. This is crap. So that's, the good and bad of every online English, platform company around. So so far I've really stayed with VIP Kid. I stayed with VIP Kid, and I went from VIP Kid to venture into other companies. Most of the times when you, on your resume, when you say you work VIP Kid, they usually like to take you, especially the biggest demand right now is teachers that are American, United States, or Canadian, because of our neutral accent. That's what they want, sadly. It sucks for some of my buddies that are from South Africa, UK, Australia. They're just like, we can't understand that accent. Water. Good night, mine. So it's a little prejudice at times. But there's other companies that do accept people from the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, South Africa, because they're considered native English speakers from a English-speaking country, because that's how it pretty much is. Of course, it's kind of the world we live in, but it's not something I want to say because I don't think people want to hear that crap. Just like when in Korea, you know, the desire is Caucasian women and males. And I don't want to hear a white male telling me, that's the world we live in, King. I said, I want to hear that crap. So, yeah. But and he's right, it's true, but it sucks. I don't want to hear it. And I know you don't want to hear it. And especially for non-natives, they don't want to hear it. It's crap at times. So, yeah. But for the pros, for VIP kit, there is no minimum. All right, let me see if I can finish some of this food here. Most of this food. So I'm going to add some, eat my taco here, my 2 tacos. Oh. Oh. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yummy. Ooh, yeah. Have some more fries. You can have some. I will give you some if you guys want some. If you can grab through the video. Ah. Mmm. Yummy. Mmm. Mmm. Pretty cool. Now, point number 2, kind of like covering point number 1, is the flexibility. You could work as much as you want. Now, the best times is summer, like months of July and August. If you're in the West Coast, yeah, you do your morning peak hours, so 4 a.m., 6 a.m. East Coast, 7 a.m., 9 a.m. But because the kids are out of school, you could work from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. West Coast, or you could work, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. East Coast. So there's a lot. Summertime, if you're motivated, you need to make that money, you could work. There's that flexibility, especially in the summers. You just open your slots and book. Yeah, you can really get booked. And sometimes I like to recruit teachers in May and June, so they take a couple months to build their audience so the moms know them. And I'm strictly saying moms because most of the Chinese dads are always working at a company. They're not home. That's Asia. That's pretty much Japan, Korea, China. So the moms book you. They get into a frenzy and book you. And if you're established, you're going to work. You get the certifications, you're going to work. So there's a lot of flexibility where you could just work and work and work. Make a good amount of money. Because there's 13 hours, 26 time slots a day. So you could say if you open all 26, if you ask, you shall receive. For some of you, there's some frustration for some people that start. But yeah, you can build. There's a lot of flexibility. And once you're established, you could say, I just want to work nights. And sometimes you get booked at nights. The kids will, at lunchtime, take a lesson. Because if he has an hour lunch, he or she, hey, doing a 25-minute lesson with the foreign English teacher. There you go. So there's a lot of flexibility. There's room for advancement, but I'd just rather be a teacher. So that's what I kind of enjoy doing more often. All right, let me try to finish this one and I'll break the last point down. I'm going to try to finish this sourdough jack. Not trying to make this a super long video, but yeah, yummy. Oh yeah, this is pretty. Ooh, I missed Jack in the Box. Not something I would eat every day, but yum. Okay, I want to cover the last point. since we have 60,000 teachers, we really have a good community of teachers. I'm part of like so many Facebook groups. I'm part of the West Coast teachers for Vipkid. I'm part of the traveling digital nomad teachers for Vipkid. Teachers in Thailand, you know, because I travel to Thailand. So there's a big community where we do help each other at times. I'm not saying we're the perfect community, but the help is out there for Vipkid teachers. So usually today I joined the, Vipkid That Travels group in Facebook. It was kind of awesome because now there's a list of people that are teaching in other countries, from Croatia to Thailand to Vietnam to the Philippines to South Korea. So yeah, we can contribute to each other's, ability to travel and help. Say, hey, yeah, I'm here in Korea, come meet up with me. So we're becoming a really big community. And with 60,000 teachers, their goal was to get to 100,000 teachers. We're planning to expand our client base. I'm hoping Korea, so maybe one day I already teach Korean kids. I'll get to maybe teach them with Vipkid, because this is going to be the future, It's already happening in China big time and a lot of countries. Especially in the Asian countries, now the moms rather just not send the kid to the academy or the training center. They just rather just have them home and do their lessons and catch up on their homework while they're at home. It's a smart idea that our CEO, Cindy Me, came up with. And if you don't know, Kobe Bryant and his partner invested into this company about $120 million. So I always make the joke I'm indirectly working for Kobe Bryant. So yeah. So I'm kind of really, big on the community. Of course, there's even, for you guys, we even have a guys group, which I love the guys group, and nothing against the women, So it's kind of like we could talk about certain things that don't cross the line. And, but, we always try to be respectful with each other. So I love the community. And these days now we have workshops, where was those workshops when I first started? So you can go to a workshop and get trained by current Vipkid teachers. And one of these days I plan to go to these workshops to just sit in and see how things are. And I'm always, into like maybe picking up other ways to better do my lessons, how to do the total physical response. So always trying to work, to get a little bit better there. So that's one of the things I enjoy about working for Vipkid. And it gives me the flexibility to go wherever I want, to make a living and travel the world. So recap, I want to talk about the 3 negative things again. 1, I hate the cancellation policy, but it's getting better. 2, the race policy, I think that needs to be revamped, but it is what it is. And of course, there's nothing I can do about the time zone. I just got to make sure I'm in Asia in that situation. The pros, I like that no minimums. So if I want to take a couple weeks off, I'll take a couple weeks off. 2, I love the flexibility, so I could maybe open up other time slots. So hopefully we'll start adding more stuff, to the Vipkid platform. And 3, I love the community, to meet up and talk with fellow Vipkid teachers. And, we each have that understanding with each other. So those are the things about my job. And I'm enjoying eating my Jack in a Box. So if any of you enjoyed this content, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And I want to wish all of you a good day wherever you are in the world. So I will see you in my next video.